Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Hey, you guys. How are we doing? Maria's here. Hey, Maria. Knock, knock. Can't stay on too long as I have to be up early tomorrow for a family breakfast. Nice. Nutella bread. You'd like Nutella bread, wouldn't you, Craigie? For Formula One day. Craig and Piper are getting up early tomorrow to watch the Formula One, allegedly. I shall be tucked up tightly in my warm bed. So guys, after an unsuccessful stream attempt last night, Per Craig has been set to work today and has installed new software, basically the software that takes it from my camera to the YouTubes. They've got some new software, like I said, so we're testing it out. So first of all, can you see me? Is it all good? And can you hear me? Which are the two most important questions before we go much further. Hi, Lorraine. And Elaine is here as well. Hello. And we've got Mandy. Hi from the UK. Hey. Hi back at you from the UK. Here we go. Yes, we can see you, hear you great too. And no buffering. High five, Craigie. Boom, boom, boom. Famous last words. Famous last words, he says. Famous last words. Well, it may well be. Got your phone on you? Actually, I don't know why I said that. I don't have my phone on me. It's on the charge. Okie dokies. Right, guys. So I started some projects last night. And I'm going to continue on with them tonight for hopefully the duration. We shall see. New software though. Close-up cam. We've got close-up cam. Watch this. Isn't it fun? So yeah, Craig did that. We've also got a bit of half and half action if we want to go down that route as well. So we'll just see where the night takes us. This is a card that I made during the week last week. I don't think I shared it with you guys yesterday. Let me move it over to close-up cam. I got a new stencil. It was a Winnie and Walters one, this buffalo plaid one. And I wanted to test it out. And I think it was because of the stream last week, someone was mentioning plaid and like tartan. And I wanted to do one with a background using the buffalo plaid stencil that I got from Winnie and Walter. And then I thought that I would create like a little lumberjack, but I didn't have any lumberjack stamp sets, so I made do with whatever I had on hand. So this is a Lawn Fawn bear, and I drew a shirt on him and made it into a little checked shirt. And then this axe is actually from the Heffy Doodle Warm Hug stamp set. It's the fishing line, or the fishing pole that I've pulled out for tonight as well, because I'm thinking of using that on one of the other cards I'm making tonight. And then I have a little wheelbarrow, which is from a Gerda Steiner stamp set, and then some wood, which is from a Lawn Fawn stamp set as well. And I've put a little piece of vellum here with some trees behind it, and then use the Heffy Doodle hay, and then the You're Incredible. I'm pretty sure that's from Clearly Besotted, perhaps. But I thought that it was cute. Yay! Okay, let's move back up here. So last night, I left you around about here. And I put all my new stuff in pouches. That was the other thing I got done today, which was good. But I want to give this a bit of a splatter because I do love a splatter. So let me grab my, press my button for Lorraine because she'll ask me about it. And then I will go and grab my water spritzer. And I think I might actually grab my watercolors as well, which now live in a new drawer since my shuffle around, which is exciting. Lorraine says, I'll put the timer on now. Thank you, my lady. That's the trouble of moving everything around whenever you're like, oh, I don't remember where I put that. Okay, so I'm going to first of all have some water droplets. Pick up some of that ink. Oh, I already love it so much better. And then I'm going to grab a paintbrush and add some, oh, that is not a clean paintbrush. Go. Very cute. I love how you inspire us to get creative with what we have. Yeah, absolutely. I actually really enjoy that. I think I like the challenge, you know? So I'm using my Kuretake Zig watercolors, which I really like for this because it's nice and thick. So it'll actually stay as white splatters. I could have grabbed my Copic opaque white, but I've used that quite a bit recently. So I thought I would just have something different. Hey Maria, good luck for tonight, Lesley. Thank you, darling. Yes, challenging. Let's add some of this. Oh no, actually I won't add any of that because I don't want any splatters on my white. I don't think. No, I don't want any splatters on my white. So I won't add any ink. Should have done that before I added all my X's and O's. No point coming this far and then regretting it. Okay. But I am loving it. I just like the way that the splatters look. Gives it another, I guess it kind of gives it a tactile feel, or more the illusion of texture or something. I like it a lot. So Lorraine says, oh, here we go. Crafting while watching, says Mandy actually. And then we've got Di. Hi from Jenny, Wisconsin, where we got buried under 10 to 12 inches of snow last night. Oh my gosh. Today was actually the first time in a long time that we had sunshine. Okay, so the plan is for this is I'm going to cut the hugs and kisses at an angle. And I actually don't mind whether it goes the whole way through or not, because I am probably going to layer up a couple of layers of hugs and kisses. So maybe I shouldn't do that at all. Maybe I should layer it first of all. Let's do a couple of layers first and foremost. Just about fits. Maria says, want to come over for breakfast? I have a huge, enormous Nutella wreath in the oven. You know how to win the way to my heart, Maria. Okay, so these come out as 3 separate words, which I kind of like, because then it means that you can decide which orientation you want it to be. You could put hugs and then the and underneath it, and then the kisses underneath it. Or you could have it over to the side, one after the other. That's what we're going to do. So I actually want to have a couple of layers of hugs and kisses in white. And then I'm going to layer that up. Or finish it off, I should say. Turn this around. With a layer of grey. So Maria has obviously been baking all day. This week, Piper and I also made, we did some baking, and we made a fatless sponge. Have you ever had one of those before? Like a sponge cake, but it's, when you make it, there's no butter in it. And it's really, well, it's really spongy, which is silly. And yeah, it's delicious, quite frankly. It was my first fatless sponge that I made. I love it when you say fatless sponge and people think that it's like fat free. There's like loads of cake, loads of cream and stuff on it, so it's not fat free. But yeah, still delicious. Here comes Craig. Something must be wrong if he's going. Oh, you're bringing my phone. Thank you so much. Hey, Snow. Second time I spot a notification. Yay! Snow is here. Lorraine is crafting along as well. What are you guys making? Come out. Oh, I'm gonna have to reach for my pokey tool. Yeah, what are you guys making? That's what I want to know. Snow says that she's gonna hopefully stick around for a little bit. Cool beans. We'd love to have you. So, Elaine said, when is the new Heffy Doodle release? I sold some stuff and I know what I want to buy with all my craft pennies. Well, funny you should ask that, because, well, we haven't actually set a date yet, as we were still getting all the artwork finalized, getting the samples through. Samples have arrived and are on their way to the wonderful design team for quality control. And just today, the what's the word? The die artwork was all approved, so I shall have some samples next week. Yay! Which is exciting. So my original plan was early May, but to be honest, I think it's probably going to be mid-May. Early May, I think, is going to be a little bit optimistic, shall we say, / unrealistic. And we want to be ready. Okay, so a little tip when you're layering up layers of like word dies, certainly what I do anyway, is I align the middle letter and then I work my way out to left and right. Do you guys do the same thing? We've had a busy day today. Busy, one of those busy, not really doing anything. Oh, that's a lie. Piper had her first swim lesson today. And she did so well, you guys. So Piper had infantile eczema, or she still gets eczema. And it was so bad that the doctors all said, like, don't take her in the pool often. Don't shower or bath her that often. Basically, try not to get her wet that much. She'll dry up. And because of that, she's not overly confident in the water. We've had it before where one of our friends lived in like this estate thing which had a pool on it. And the residents could use the pool. And we would go over and it would literally be the three of us, the four of us, Craig, Piper, and me, and then our friend. And she would be brilliant. But then if you take her into a public pool, she just like clams up, like she's really spooked, really easily spooked about other people in the pool, which I get. So I went in expecting her to be shy and needing a bit more bravery type of thing. I didn't think it would be that easy, should I say. And she was absolutely fantastic. She was so brave. And right away they had the kids like putting their head up, like just dipping their nose into the water and stuff. And you could kind of see on her face when they asked her to do that, she's like, but straight away. I think part of the thing was that they didn't really give them much time to think about it. Like, this is what we're going to do, right? Piper, go. And she's like, okay. But I'm really grateful for that because she did it. She did a great job. And then we came out of the pool and we bought her a pair of goggles, which she was all pleased about. Oh, this one's being a cheeky sausage. There we go. Oh yeah, Snow said that she had PC issues as well. These gremlins, honestly. But Snow's dad got it working. Yay! That means I'm on your PC and not on your phone. Yay. Yay for dad. He's the best. Lorraine says I'm making a stitch flower card. with flower beads. Ooh, nice. With some gifted die cut cardstock and sentiments. Very nice. Right, let's move on to this hugs die. I like the sentiment hugs as well, even on its own, without the and kisses. Hugs. Oh yeah, and then after swimming, I made some food for everyone and then encouraged the curtains to be opened in our house. When you've got two gamers in our house, I think the default is they just want to keep the curtains shut. And it was lovely and sunny outside, and I discovered that I could sit on my new like hard armchair thing, the one that I bought for my back but keeps getting stolen because it's very convenient to place in front of the TV. And I could sit on my armchair and watch Piper bounce on her little trampoline. And she kept saying, do you know the kitten trampoline move? I was like, no, I don't know. And she was like, oh, here it is. And then she kept coming in and asking me, did I want to say anything else? And I was making up things. I was like, do you know the octopus? She's like, oh, yes. And then was making up a trampoline routine for the octopus. And then she had one for flash attack, and I can't even remember all the other nonsense that she made up, but she was happy. Then Craig did some DIY, fixed a plug in the kitchen. Okay, I think I need one more and. Ooh, horrible sound. Sorry, guys. And then he set to work on my computer. And then Piper decided that she wanted to go and ride her bike and have a go with taking off the training wheels. We had to enlist Craig for that, to do that for a little bit because I couldn't run after her, holding on to her, hold her weight. Right. So I want this to say hugs and kisses. And I'm either going to layer up the grey on top, if it pops enough, that is. I've got like sticky bits on my fingers. Let me go and spritz them. Rub it on a wipey or something every time I touch it. There we go. Oh, we're getting some buffering. Craig says, I think we'll get a little buffering tonight, but we can tweak it for next time. What's causing it? The problem is the bitrate setting is too high and something can't keep up. There you go. So for those that are just joining, we've got Joy, Stamping with Joy. Hey! We had some issues last night, and we had to stop our stream, unfortunately. trying to decide whether I want that or not. And then so we've restarted tonight, but we're using a new software. So with new software, inevitably means we need to tweak. Okay, so we've got hugs and kisses here, but I don't think it's standing out a lot. It looks like it's standing out a lot more for you, like on the camera. But in real life, I'm not sure if it does. But actually, it might be okay if maybe we should add a strip of vellum behind it. Let's try that. If I can figure out what to do with vellum. What do I do with vellum? I think it's over here. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to move my microphone because I am too hot. There we go. Snow says, I like the grey layers. Yay! This is maybe not quite as, oops, thick as I would like it to be. But on that. Snow says that you could fussy cut a shadow for each of the words. Yeah, do you know, that would be beautiful. If I had my scan and cut set up, I could have scanned it in and then cut it. Cut it with like a bigger border. I don't have it plugged in at the moment, I'm afraid. I think we'll just do this. Let's stick these on. Somebody said, can you, Sammy Joy says, can you film in landscape whilst on YouTube Live? We film landscape here, but it's because we use a DSLR and a webcam. We do not use a phone. I'm fairly certain that there are restrictions when you're using a phone. It's a bit like Instagram and stuff like that. Because I sometimes record videos on my phone with the view to then put them on Instagram, and every single time I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting. Joy says, I was on about myself. I do videos too, but when I go live on Facebook, it's always portrait. Yeah, if you're using a phone, I'm pretty sure that it will be annoying like that and not give you the choice. Susie's off to do some DIY now too. Looks like it's one of those days between DIY and computering. All right. Oops. Hugs and kisses. Now I'm not sure about that. It is called sticks to anything. But I've never used it on the vellum before, so I'm actually going to use some of my Tumble Mono. Let's see. Elaine says, instead of vellum, what about white card? Yeah, we could try that as well. Well, the good thing about vellum is that I could put white card underneath it and you'll still be able to see it. I could even cut a strip, which might still be done, to be honest. Use my strips of ease to cut a strip into the background. Donna says, so nice to see you on a Saturday night after Casualty. I hope you mean Casualty, the TV program, and not the fact that you had a casualty. Or maybe you're talking about the fact that there was a casualty with my computer last night. Okay, let's tidy up this mess. Okay, so this panel is smaller than a A2 card, which I shall fold up just now. And I'm thinking I might actually make the background grey. Oh, thank you for the camera button, camera warning, Lorraine. So, guys, I'm either going to do, I've got this. I don't think the hugs and kisses pop quite as much. And then I've got grey. Where's my grey card stack? Here it is. I'll turn this into a grey card. My hugs and kisses kind of pop in like this. Or cut the strip in the middle, which I think I might do. I think I'm going to cut the strip. It's kind of one of those things. There's no coming back from it. As long as I position it where my sentiment's going to fit. Let's do it. I'll get to test to see whether my X's and O's have been stuck down fully or not. All right. Make sure I'm the right way around. Ooh, I like it. Just need to make sure that I stick it on straight though. Ooh, Liz, I hear you have the Platinum 6. Is it better than the Big Shot? Did you notice anything being different? So I do have the Platinum 6 and I got it at Creativation. They very kindly donated it for use at the Heffy Doodle stand. And when I came back, I haven't even put the handle back on yet. I used it at Creativation. I noticed it being, I didn't have a like by like comparison at that time because I didn't have my Big Shot with me. But I did notice that it is, it feels a bit like the handle's a bit stiffer from what I can recall. And like the plates were new and everything as well. Now I have a Big Shot and I've got a Big Shot caddy and I've got an extended platform and I've got a magnetic platform. So I kind of still want to use them. So I really enjoyed the Platinum 6 and I have noticed that it, you know, it comes with a lot more stuff. Like you get like an embossing mat and everything with it, which is cool. But it still didn't make me want to, this is coming off. Still didn't make me want to change away from my Big Shot. Which I guess in a way is an answer to your question. Oops. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I was going to line these up perfectly because knowing me, I would have made a dog's dinner out of it. And then this is going to go in the middle like this. And I didn't even really need a piece of vellum there. But as long as I put my adhesive behind the letters, no one will know any different, apart from you and me. Oops. Hugs and kisses. I think I'm just going to raise this up on some foam tape now. And we can move on to the next one on the list. All right, we're getting there. That's a small roll of tape. Yeah, it was much bigger than that when I got it. But I love it. So last week I was hinting at the fact that I might make a craft tour video, which I still plan to do. But today I did take some photos of the craft room and put them on my, what is going on? Battery, okay. Bear with me a second, guys. Yeah, so I put some photos on Instagram. Of the craft room. There we go. If you want to have a look-see pooksy. So I've got a spare Hugs and Kisses here, which I'll put at the back of my die pouch for the next time. Before I finish up, I want to put some little gems on here, like little ooh, take this out as well. Got the strips of X's and O's. Little like drops, I think they're called dew drops by Honeybee Stamps. So the glue will look white underneath these for now. It looks white now, but it will be clear when it dries. Also got some little like diamondy things. These ones are called diamonds from Honeybee Stamps. And then there's ones that were just slightly bigger. That are from Studio Katia. And they kind of look like the Swarovski, or whatever you call it. Like, I can never say that word. Swarovski crystals? Is that how you say it? I feel like that's not how you say it. I have one of those rolls of tape too, Mandy. When it arrived from Amazon, I thought I'd ordered the wrong one, but I hadn't. It's great foam tape though. Yeah. It's a good one. All right, Hugs and Kisses. Let's take a peek on the old close-up cam. So we've got Hugs and Kisses. Lovely dimension on the sentiment. and then a little bit of sparkle from the little dewdrops there. There we go. One card down. Right, so last week, was it you, Lorraine? I can't remember. We were talking about what shall I make? What shall I make? And someone said Crocs and plaid or something like that. Or plaid and Crocs. And I thought it said something like plaid socks or socks in Crocs. I mean Crocs in socks or something like that. So we all laughed about the fact that we needed to do a card with Crocs and socks. Crocs in plaid socks, yes. It's even harder to say. So I'm going to give it a go tonight. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. I'm not a massive plaid fan. I mean, I like plaid in real life. I'm not a plaid paper fan. I think it's a bit too busy for me. Or something, I don't know. So I've got some croc stamps here. These are from Heffy Doodle Stamps. So we've got some crockies. And I thought it would be fun to kind of create a washing line effect. So I'm going to use the same one I used for my axe on that other card. This is the fishing pole slash spear, wooden spear thing from Heffy Doodle Warm Hugs. And I don't have any socks per se. I do have a stocking here, which is not the same thing, but I figured we could maybe try and make something work, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just draw it. So I'll stamp the whole thing, and then I'm going to come in and rub away the loop-de-loop. To create a sock. The other way you can do it is just try and ink it up over the edge so the ink doesn't go on to that section of the stamp. But pretty much I find even if I do that, I have to come in with a cloth anyway. So I tend to favor towards saving time by inking it up normally and then carefully wiping it away rather than trying to ink it up carefully and then wipe it away carefully. So guys, I need a sentiment for this. And so far, I'm guessing I'm going to have to use a alphabet stamp set no matter what it is that we're doing. And so far the only sentiment I could come up with was It sucks to be you, which isn't very pleasant. Or something like you're so odd, or I like being odd, something about odd socks. Or maybe something about a pair. You crock my socks off. Oh my gosh, Snow. This is why Snow is like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is why you're the champion. You crock my socks off. Boom, baby. Right, I'm gonna try to move over to close-up cam to do my coloring. But I'm not sure if it's going to be more distracting for you guys for me to color from the side of the screen. But let's give it a go. You crock my socks off. You're so funny. Is it better on this camera for the Copic? Let me grab another light. Too much light. Okay, so that's YG63 there. And I'm just randomly picking out colors. I'm not thinking about it. So this one is YG17. And YG23 we've got going on over here. So he's quite saturated at the moment, but that's fine because I'm going to come in with a light colors and give him some dapple action. But first of all, I'm going to do this other one. I'm going to do him a bit darker. Actually, maybe not. I was going to do him in like gray tones, but I don't want him to look like an alligator. Maybe more yellowy. This one is YG03. My voice is starting to go. Oh, I totally forgot to draw socks on him. That was a bit silly. IG11, which needs to go on my list of ones to refill. Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's going to last. Let me see if I've got another one in here that might do. I'm going to set that to the side and hopefully then I'll actually do something about it. YG41 is more of a mint color. Maybe if I could just go over the whole thing. It does give him a more of a blue tone, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think what I'm going to have to do is stamp their feet again and then draw socks, cut them, fussy cut them, and then stick the socks on them, which will be cute. Let's get some. Your Amber's here. Hey, nearly missed it. I'm going to use the colorless blender. Do a couple of little dots on this guy, and it'll look like it was all for naught. But then it will magically appear after a few minutes. This one is BG10. There's probably another one that I need to refill soon because it's my cool shadow. I use it a lot. Okay, so let's do the poles, which of course need to be like wood. Even though I'm sure most washing up lines these days are metal. Will they be plaid though? Says Emer. Maybe, I'm not sure. We'll give it a go, I guess. All right. So let's stamp the feet again so that we have got some socks to go on there. And that's not the right paper. I'm still laughing at you crop my socks off. It's so funny. I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad that you're my friend. Oh, these are great. I know who I need to go to whenever I'm looking for more sentiments for my next release. Hypothetically speaking, you guys, what sentiments would you have for a such and such a stamp set? I did actually ask Craig today for help with some puns and sentiments for a particular type of stamp set, and he said, oh, I'll ask the boys, like his friends. And then after I was like, yep, they are absolutely nice. I'm not sure what shenanigans they were up to. Here we go. So these are the kind of socks that you can totally see your big sharp toenails through. Unless I can find a way to round them off. And I think we'll just give these ones a more sock-like situation. And these ones are a bit bigger. So we might be able to play a bit more with those. I think I'm actually going to grab, instead of using my Copics, use my Staedtler fine liner pens, because otherwise I'm not sure I would actually get into all those little pieces, those little bits. And I'm just going to do like complete color. It kind of looks weird because of his toenails or his claws, I think. Okay, so these ones, I kind of want them to be more argyle than the plaid. I think we'll do plaid on the bigger one. Button please now. Okay, I pressed it. Looking snappy. I had numerous giggles this week in anticipation of it. I missed last night but saw those issues, so I'm glad I'm here. Oh, great. I've been waiting for my Crocs and plaid socks too. Emer says Lorraine. Okay. Well, I feel like I have to do plaid now. Pressure is on. He's gonna have to have some purple plaid. I reckon. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there because this is how things get out of control. Dear me. All right, where's my little scissors? Do you know what? I'm not going to cut this yet until it's further down my card because they're so tiny that I fear I might actually lose them on my worktop. So let me just turn that button off so I've got some light left. Right, so I want to have a card and I'm thinking of a landscape card. With a hillside border going on, and then my washing line will be coming up in the background. but I quite like to have like a sunset in the background. So I'm going to do that. So I will grab some distress ink for that. Gonna go with warm lipstick, spiced marmalade, squeeze a lemonade. And see where that takes me. I can tell straight away that this is not the cardstock that I normally have for this. This is normally the cardstock that I just use for blanks. And it doesn't take the ink quite as nicely as the one that I was using previously. But if I work it, it might be okay. Work it, baby. You're doing fine on a tiny image. Oh my god, I can't believe you're going for it. I will buy. Oh yeah, I love a challenge. I think I need to blend that a bit more. With my pink. It just goes to show how much of a difference that your cardstock can make. If you've ever tried to blend something and you've thought that doesn't look as nice as what you've seen other people's projects look like, then it could be the cardstock that you're using. And in fact, if you're starting out, I'd recommend that you start looking at, or you start your distress inking with some watercolor cardstock or the Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock, because it's really easy to blend. And it's a bit thicker as well, so it is great if you're spritzing it. So as they say, do as I say, not as I do. Because as I've just told Emer, I do like a challenge. All right. Emer says, stunned. Amazing skills. I could not do that. My hand would shake too much. This color combo always reminds me of a fruit salad. Emer, you'll know what I mean. I'm not sure if people have fruit salads on all parts of the globe. It's a candy. I'm going to do the half splash, half squish, and then more of a full squish. So with this distress sprayer, you get two different spray effects. One, if you only go like halfway in, it does bigger droplets, and then if you go the full way in, it's more of a proper spray happening. So like a fine mist, I guess. This is already buckling. Might need it just to calm down a little bit. I'm going to do some splatters this time. With my ink. Need more ink. It's going to look like he's out picking up his laundry at night, hanging out his dirty laundry. I think I'm going to let this dry before I add the other colors because it's fairly saturated at the moment. Actually, I'm going to mute you for a second while I hit it with a heat tool. I'll be right back. Okay, let's do some spiced marmalade. And I'll just hit it again with my heat tool. And I want to add some yellow, but I don't think that the squeezed lemonade is going to cut the mustard. So I'm going to ink up some, or lather up, should I say, some watercolor. I think that will give a more opaque look. Kind of looks funky, don't you think? Yeah, I think it's going to be more like a bonfire background or something. I don't know. All these little crocs having some sort of a ritual where they bring their odd socks and sacrifice it to the sock god or something to that effect. Okay. So I was going to put some, just smudge that silly sausage. Well then, that answers my next question. I was going to put some grass down here. But I think I will, because I just smudged that, because one of the thoughts that I was doing, or that I was thinking, was that I could just leave it white. But I don't know what kind of a color I want against that. I want something that's really intense, or is that going to take away from the background, you know? We could have something a bit more grayer, like a bit more darker. Maybe try this. If in doubt, try it out. Oops. So I don't know, I might do it in distress, because it may be that the distress background, it'll look better as a distress foreground as well, the grass. But I don't know. Let's see. I thought was if I do it on plain paper, then I could stamp out "You crock my socks off." Except this is textured, so I don't know how that's going to stamp. Maybe I'll just stamp it on a little panel and then stick it on. Snow says that she really likes the cardstock. Doesn't it kind of look like a nighttime scene now or something? That's my thoughts anyway. I feel like my camera's gone really dark. Let me turn this. Is it any better? A little light to the side there. Okay, let's use my dies to cut out these wooden poles. It keeps moving. I need a new piece of tape. Let me tidy up and then I can clear some space, you know? So before putting these away, I tend to, because I keep the foam pads on the back, I just take the excess ink off the sponge so that it doesn't get on my finger when I pull it off, and also when I like store them, that they're not going to get the ink everywhere. Don't get me wrong, the ink kind of still gets everywhere, but at least it helps a little bit. Hi, Di. Morning. It's obviously an Australian. Is it Australian? Oh yeah, sentiment on the inside is also an option. You're totally right. You know, I very rarely put sentiment on the inside, which is kind of stupid, I guess. I guess I'm one of these people who writes essays inside cards very often. So because of that, I don't normally stamp anything on the inside of my card. As a surprise, I'll be like, why are the Crocs and socks on a card together? That's true. Or you could have on the outside something like, you're amazing, and then on the inside you really crock my socks off. So I've done 4 of these. I'm only planning to have 2, but I'm hoping that I can sandwich some string between them to create a washing line. So many people have moved on to oxides and forgotten about the inks. Good to see the inks in use and used in. Yeah, I am not a massive fan of the oxides, but I think it's just totally my like style or not style. Like, so I think it looks better if it's tucked in at the back like this. And then have some string-a-ling-a-ding-dong. And this is a 6-ply crochet thread. And it always makes the most beautiful little bows. Snow, Sock Monster's identity revealed. Oh, Emer says looks like an African sunset. Cool. I would not know what one of them looks like, I'm afraid. Untraveled I am. Well, not completely untraveled, but certainly not been to Africa. Where is my tape? Snow says, I don't like the oxides much, but matte look to them, they're very dull. I agree. They're not as vibrant. So I put the string up. And then I'll stick a whole one of these on the top. Di says, we had a clothesline like that when I was a kid. My nanny had one. We used to swing on it and it used to drive her nuts. There we go, looking good. I think I may have broken a rule, suggested a sentiment. Sock Monster's identity revealed. Did I say she gets up at 6 a.m.? Honestly. I wish I was better at being an adult. I just don't think I could ever do that, to be honest. Get up at 6 a.m. Okay, I'm going to stick this down next before I decide the length, because that's how I mess things up. Ooh. Good night, Snow, darling. Okay. So this other one, in fact, if I put some tape on the back, I can, oops, stick it to my table, and then I can stick it to my card. Okay. So this one needs to be about here. So it's somewhat equal distance to the edge, maybe a little bit further out. Right there. And I need a little bit of slack on my washing line, maybe a little bit more, do we think? And stick this on top. All right. And then this is going to go on here. A little bit of ATG gun for that one. Awesome. All right. Let's cut these guys out then. I don't think Emer's in Oz. We've got Udai and Elizabeth Lucy, and sometimes Ali loves card making. She joins us. She's in Oz. A couple of others too. Emer's in Emerald Isle from my memory. Speaking of which, passport form came through today for my Irish passport. Trying to explain to Piper why Piper and I can have an Irish passport, but Daddy cannot have an Irish passport. Right, crockies. Right. You're fun. But you know, they're really missing something. They're missing some socks. Okay, one down. A little black ink to the edges. Although it's so tiny, it's not the easiest thing in the world, to be honest. Button, please. There we go. Okay, and that's his front. Foot. Kind of looks like he's got a broken leg now. Like he's hobbling along and it's got one of those like netty meshy things over the top. It's okay, Lorraine, I got the button. Thank you. I managed to look up just the right time. Sorry guys, I need to lift this up to my eyes for a second. To get in around that little nook. Oops. So nearly got this one done. This was the worst one because it was so fiddly. But I think it's going to help build our scene, don't you? Oh, hi, Vianis. Hello from Mexico. Hello. We are making a card with Crocs in socks. And I've just had to do some pretty intense fussy cutting, but we're getting there. Okay, this one is a bit bigger. It's going to be much easier to cut out. I'm too far away. Sorry, you didn't say. Can you see? Back to my black pen now to go on the edges. This little plaid sock. Right, that's one done. Come here, Mr. Crook. I actually quite like the fact that it gives some dimension. Probably can't really see it on the camera, but it does give a little bit of dimension. Okay, we're nearly there. How's the video, guys? Is the buffering all stopped, or are you still having some buffering experiences? That really is fussy cutting, is that? Or cards and craft, yeah. All right. I think he looks so cute in his socks. Funny. All right, back to the card then. Now we've got two little crockies in their sockies, and I wanted to add some more socks to the washing line. So I'm going to do some gray ones. I think. Oops, a daisy's wrong side. And I want them all to be odd. We were so right to say to do this, Cardi. Yeah. You guys are funny. What other colors of socks? What does socks look like? I have a problem with trying to figure out what socks look like right now. Okay, so maybe some spotty socks? Maybe we should have done Crocs in socks of spots. And I think I'll just do a big stripe along here. I'll do the whole thing and I'll give it some stripes using my other pen. And I'm going to add a little bit of my B60 because it's beside me so that it looks like it's a white sock with some spotties. What's happening? You see? And I'm trying to figure out where this is on my desk. There we go. And then we need another one, maybe a purple. Ooh, that's a very dark. Purpley blue. Have you changed the day that you are live, Lesley? No, I haven't changed the day. I tried to do a live last night and we had buffering problems. The thing kept buffering and then just like cutting off. So today Craig installed new software on my computer so we could test out whether that would make any difference. So that's exactly what this is. This is a new setup. So it's good to know if it seems all right to you guys, if it's good, if it's bad. This is a chevron sock in some tealy colors. I don't think I'm going to fit many more in. Sure, give us an argyle one while you're at it. Yeah, well, that's a good plan. I'll do a plain sock and then I'll do like argyle on it. I might do another like grey and then put an argyle-y thing with it, like a gel pen. If I can figure out and remember how to do such a thing. You're lucky to have Craig, who understands the system. My husband doesn't count how I am very lucky. I know it for sure. Okay, I'm going to fussy cut these guys now because by the time I get the dye out and then trim it down, I think I'll probably pretty much have them done, to be honest. So I will, however, not do it in front of the camera because I need to raise it up a little closer to my nose in order to make it work for me. The borders aren't quite perfect, but they shall do. Nearly there. Emer says she was joking. I think she means about the argyle, but I actually do want to do an argyle one because I think it's more common for us to give argyle socks or to buy Argyle socks than plaid socks. No matter where you go to, you'll always find an Argyle sock, I reckon. I know it's got like diamonds and lines on it. I'm gonna Google it. And we're gonna get an Argyle sock for sure. Oh. Argyle sock. Okay. Oh, okay. Or just like colors going down it. Let's see what we can do here. This is gonna be so funny. Okay. It's not quite the pattern I was looking for, but anyway. Where's my white gel pen? Where's my white gel pen? Oops. This is like the tiniest thing in the world. You guys probably can't even see that. I don't care, it's funny. Let's put some white stripes on this one. And on this one. So everybody knows that the top of your socks is ribbed. How else would it stay on your feet? Right, guys. I think I'm going to stick these on using some black foam pads rather than white. I think he might hold one because I don't think I'm going to get it in otherwise. If this guy looked a bit more disgusted, he could be like holding it. Anyone have a tartan sock from the 70s? Anyone in their stash? Quickly go and raid your stash of stuff so we can get some creative input. Hi, Brina. Come on. You guys are going to be challenging me all the time now. Harlequin. Harlequin, that's it. Harlequin kind of style. Oh, funny. Okay, these guys need to raise up. I think we gotta get them onto some either black or green foam as well. Got some black sticky foam happening here, which will be lovely jubbly. Okay. I much prefer my new layout now because everything is so close. Checking my sock drawer for ideas. I guess when we start doing like Heffy Doodle challenges, we should do really random ones like a sock inspired. I guess Emer, I need to do a sock monster stamp set. Would that be fun, hey? I do like to be random. Like Piper on her trampoline coming in. Me asking her to do all of these trampoline moves. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Do you know the flash dash? Oh yes, she says. Yes, this is it. This guy is having such a wonderful time. These crocs will end up with a sock factory. Yeah, I think you're right. I need a sock factory. I don't really wear pairs of socks because, well, it just doesn't seem to work for me. Like I don't really care about socks being matching or not matching. I think he's gonna be like, this one's clean. That's funny. Where's my pop dots gone to? I see them over here. Here we go. He does look like he's sniffing it. Still fresh, I think. Well, the sock monster always takes the odd sock from the wash machine whenever you wash socks. Yeah. He's like, yay, you found my sock. It's been 30 minutes already, my goodness. Press the button. Yay, you found my sock. awesome. Okay, I'm going to die cut a little panel to go on the inside. Such fun. Such fun. Come on. There we go. And we want you crock my socks off. And I'm going to grab my jet alphabeters for this, I think. And I'm just going to wing it because I want to see if I can hopefully squeeze in another card. Cheeky, cheeky. Let me see what I can find for an ink pad that might work for this. I think I'll try this one. Ooh, run away. That should work. So we want you crock my socks off. So I'm gonna go for there. And then a Y in front. And a little tip for you. If you think that you're not going to be bothered lining things up, or you anticipate that you will make a mess of it if you try to do it straight, make it obvious that you're not intending for it to be straight. Yes, I pressed the button, thank you. We are here. See, didn't quite get that centered, but that's fine. You crock my socks off. I think we're gonna need to go my SOCK. C should be about here. So these are the Jet alphabeters. Yeah, I'll press the button again just now so that you know to restart the timer. Thank you so much. Your Croc socks. Your Croc socks. It's incomplete. There we go. You Crocky socks. You crock my socks. It feels like we're doing that game Spoon. Did you guys ever play Spoon? Spoon, I think it was called Spoon. And the more that I'm trying to remember it, the more it's evading me. It would be like if you're playing with, if there's like 5 of you, you put 4 spoons in the middle. And then you each have like cards in your hand. And the idea is that you have to get like all 4s. So if there's 5 of you, then you deal out 20 cards, like a set of 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you shuffle them, you deal them out. So you have to get all of one number. I wanted to do an exclamation mark, but if I do that, it's going to make it not balanced, so I'm not going to do it. And when you get your full set, you grab the spoon, and if you see someone else grab the spoon, you have to grab a spoon. But obviously you run out of spoons because there's one less spoons, and then the idea is that it would, like, Sp will be the first person, and the next, once you've got it twice, should be Sp, SP. So S and then Sp and then Spo and then Spoo and then Spoon, and if you get all the way to Spoon, you're the spoon. And you're the loser. Oh my gosh, that's such a blast from the past memory. I wonder if I've got a stamp set that says "You're so amazing" or something like that, which would be really funny. You're so amazing, you crock my socks off. Let's have a look here what I've got. You're too awesome. Doesn't make sense. You are the sweetest, you crock my socks off. That would work maybe. You're a hoot, you crock my socks off. What do you think? You're one cool cat. No, that doesn't really go with what we're doing over here, hey? You're incredible. You're incredible. You crock my socks off. We should do that maybe. Let's have a quick look what else we've got. You make me happy. You crock my socks off. You are so special to me. Or just you're the best. You crock my socks off. I think I'm gonna go for you're incredible. You crock my socks off. Okay, let's stick this on the inside. Might add a little sock to it later. There we go. You're incredible. You cracked my socks off. There you have it. I'll let you look at that while I try and do a little bit of damage control on my desk here. And next up's going to have to be a quick card, so I think I'm going to do some like create a background, because it's 20 to midnight. So I'm actually going to take a minute because I want to use my Misty for this next card. But my Misty currently has some top secret stamps on it. So bear with me a moment while I replace them and free up my Misty. Because I cannot show you these secrets, I'm afraid, no matter how much you try and twist my arm. I'm not having any of it. Nearly there. 2 more stamps. 1, 2, okay. There we go. So I'm going to use a background stamp, I think. And some white embossing powder, and I'm going to use this, which is Cover Card Cling Backed rubber stamp called Flourishes. I have not even taken it off the backer yet. So yeah, I think I want to do this to create an emboss resist background onto a card. So because it has foam on it here, I'm taking and removing the foam from in there. And because I'm going to do some watercoloring, I'm going to use some watercolor cardstock. Where would one have a trimmer? There it is. All right, that'll do. Right, I'm going to cover this in embossing my powder tool so that it can get a nice impression. I'm probably going to have to ink it up a good few times. be honest, because there's quite a bit of texture on here. And some of the design is quite fine, to be honest. Never heard a spoon, says Emer. Do you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that me and my sisters made up when we were kids. I wouldn't be surprised. We used to do that kind of nonsense all the time. We used to, I remember being at our friend's house, and there was me and my sister and I technically, and our friend, or my mum and dad's like best friend. They had two daughters, Charlene and Melanie, and they would come around, and just the four of us were just get up to nonsense. And I remember having a game called No Rules, and there was only one rule, that there was no rules, which is just the kind of nonsense stuff we get up to. And I just remember like running round and round. We had one of those kitchens where there was like a door on this side, and then you had like a dining room area, and then this side was a kitchen, and it had a door as well. So we would literally like run round in and into the kitchen, out through the other door. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a gamble because such a big stamp. I'm not sure we're going to get a perfect impression, but we'll just go with it, whatever happens. I'll try and see if I can shine some light on it. I can see, okay, there's an area here which is not stamping nicely. Give it a good press. I use a brayer and find it helps. Yeah, I would use a brayer if my card was on this side, but with a brayer you get kind of one chance. But with my Misty I can use it several times, so that's why I decided on this occasion to give that a go. Okay. So this is white embossing powder. You see it? I'm thinking turned out pretty beautiful. Don't think it will I don't think we'll know for sure until we emboss it. Oh, hold on. Emer says, Lorraine, I missed another huge chunk. The last I saw was a greeting bead stamped with pink. Are you guys saying that the video is like dropping the feed or something? Does it stop, or does it just feel like it's constant and you're catching up, because you might have to press the live button to make sure that you are following in real time. I'm going to put you guys on mute so that I can use my heat tool and sneeze because it's coming. All right, so I've got two heat guns, one which is a faster one, and then that one which is a much slower version. And I decided to use the slow one today because there's some very fine lines here, and like I said, there's a lot of tooth on this watercolor cardstock. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't blow away with the force of the actual blast of air. Okay, so I've got a couple of options here. I could use my distress inks. I could wet it and then drop some watercolor on it, or I could wet it and use the, what are they called? Color bursts. Please let me know if you have a preference, and I will do whatever the people would like. What do you reckon? Color bursts, please, says Snowy Spludges. Hey, Snowy Spludges. All right. Let's get my mounting board. So color bursts means water, and water means buckling. So we want to tape this guy down. If we can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but sure can do. Right. I'm going to spritz mine with water. And give that a minute to sink in. You can see that the pools of water are, it looks really pretty here. I have to show you a close-up cam. Can you see the way it's bubbling on the, like there's like little pools of water on the embossed areas. Can you see? It's really pretty. Too close now. Anyway. Now I think I'm going to just take the excess off this because what I don't want is, oops, to add colour. Let me get a clean piece. My cardstock is saturated, but I don't want there to be those pools on top of the embossed areas. A bit of a this is one of those we don't know how it's going to work out, but sure we'll have fun anyway kind of moments. And I don't have a lot of color bursts. I have got purple, red, and orange color bursts. So let's see what we've got. Quite pretty. So I could take a paintbrush and spread it out. But if I do that, can you see, oh, close-up cam, we need close-up cam again. Oh, I'm a bit scared to move it. Can you see, you might be able to see from there, that this purple, although it's just one color, it has got lots of different colors in it. So we've got some like blue flecks here, can you see? And blue there, blue up here, more of a pinky color. If I, thank you Lorraine, press the button. If I take a brush and I spread it around, I'm going to get a beautiful but even color, and I quite like this look where it's a bit more organic, I guess. So I'm going to blot it, and it will take away some of the color intensity, unfortunately, but I think I'm gonna have to do that if I want to finish this up tonight. How pretty is that though, eh? Now I don't have puddles, I can go to close-up cam. What do you think, guys? Isn't it gorgeous? I love the intensity. I love the different colors in it, and I actually really love up here. There's lots of specks going on. It's really speckly, which is really pretty. So I was going to maybe try another layer, but I actually think that it's super pretty, and if I mess with it, I might regret it. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It is, however, still a very damp piece of cardstock. I don't really want to heat it because I don't want the embossing powder to melt again. So I'm gonna leave it for now and have a think about what I want my card to be like. So if I have a card, use my die to kind of get a placement for the card that I want to have. Definitely love these speckles going on here. I think they're super pretty. This would look so nice. I need to get blues, I think, because this would look so nice. It almost looks like waves, doesn't it? So I think we need a sentiment and maybe like a little critter or something. Let's see what we've got. I've got a thanks sentiment. Hooray, hello. I've got hey, my happy little hey. I know I have more. Where are they? Here. Hi and thanks. Hi. These are shadow dyes, so they're not gonna be what I want. Let's do a thanks. I think it'll look really pretty. Emer says, wetting it anymore might damage the embossing. I think you probably mean heating it anymore. And I agree. I think what I'll do is I'll actually cut this out of some black foam. And I'll stick this onto my card up here. I think I kind of want a critter on it. What about an octopus? Yeah, should I put an octopus on it? think that would be fun. Kind of will look like he's squirted ink everywhere, won't it? Purple ink. Bye, Emer. Oh no, it's Cards and Crafts. Bye. Ronnie says sometimes less is more. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you don't need to do a lot to, and especially with these color bursts, like you have to be prepared for the unpredictability of it, I think. Some people just won't like them because they won't be able to predict where everything's going to go, and that's fine. That's just the way some people work. Let's get an octopus. I know I have a long phone octopus. Octopus or jelly? What do you reckon, friends? Octopus or jellyfish? Octopus or jellyfish? Octopus or jellyfish? Octopus or jellyfish? Oh, Ronnie says jelly. And Lorraine Brahman says octopus. It's a tie. Who's going to win? Oh, the octopus didn't stop probably. An octopus in plaid socks. That's a lot of socks we're gonna need for that there. Oops. Okay, let's take this. Although it looks like I only have the die for the octopus, so that might make my decision for me. I'm going to move over to close-up cam for this, I think. I have obviously done a really poor job at cleaning my brush again. part of the problem being the fact that I don't have clean water. We'll do a little wet on wet. So I shall start by painting my octopus. With some clean water. And then drop in the color. And because it's wet on wet, you get that nice blooming effect. And if it's too much, you can dab some away. This is the height of laziness, me not even getting a proper palette out. But he's cute, huh? Remember, that's 8 plaid socks. I think Lesley might not take our suggestions anymore if we suggested. Yeah, I think the octopus is what we're going to go for here. Really need to get clean water in my craft room. To be fair, I've got clean water in a bottle. I just don't have a sink to throw this one out onto. Lovely jubbly. Ooh. Let's cut this little beauty out. Put them to the side for another day. Don't forget his Sunday socks to go with his Sunday shoes. Listen. Got like a little piece of foam stuck in that hole. Oh! Oh no! Another battery. Well, this other one is still charging, so we're gonna have to wrap that up a little bit. I think this is going to be dry enough, somewhat dry enough. To cut now. Still a bit on the damp side, to be honest, but we'll cut. I don't think it will stick to a card front, unfortunately. But it will cut. And I think this will stick fine, so I'll stick that down. Thanks. Oh, I should have put them down a bit further. I wonder if I'll be able to lift it without damaging everything. Kind of wanted to put the octopus on the top of it. But I'm thinking I may need to just rethink my plans. There we go. I'll put him there. sure Lesley wouldn't have to make all the socks. Just call in the Crocs in the factory. They're very snappy with their deliveries. Yes, they are indeed. There we go. Pretty. I think I'm going to have to wait until it is fully dry before I adhere it to a card blank. But where's my cards? Card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. Yay! That's me done, guys. I get to go to bed now. 20 past midnight, not too bad, eh? We did all right. Thank you guys so much for joining me for tonight, and I'm glad that the software tonight seems to be behaving a lot more than the one I have previously been using. So we'll get Craig to tweak it, and he says that there's something to do with the bit rate that was making it complain. So we'll get that tweaked, and I will see you guys for another crafty session the next time. You guys are incredible. You cracked my socks off. Oh, by Samsung. Thanks, Alexa. I'm going to get some music now. Bye, you guys. Thanks for joining me and keep me entertained. Oh, I've just realized I have no idea how to stop this. Craig. New software. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna click the stop streaming button. Bye, guys.